Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Poonam. Today is day 28 of our 100 days of coding challenge in JavaScript, and we will be tackling today another string manipulation problem that adds flexibility to how we repeat these strings. So this challenge will help us to know how we can repeat a string multiple times with an optional feature to convert it into uppercase or to a lowercase. And if no case is specified, the string will remain unchanged. Okay. So let's dive in and move to our VS Code. So if we see in the VS Code, the question is already mentioned, right? What is the question? Write a JavaScript function, and the function name is also mentioned that it should be a repeat string. So write a function repeat string to repeat a given string n times, optionally converting into uppercase or lowercase. If no case is provided, keep the string unchanged. Okay. So this is our question. Now what we will do, we will come here and break this particular question. Okay. So if it is written, we have to write a JavaScript function and the name of the function will be what? Repeat string, correct? So I will just come here and we will just mention this over here as well. And the function name will be written with a parenthesis. So this will be our function name. Okay. After that, what we are going to do here is let us now read the next part of it, that we have to repeat a given string n times, right? So this also we will put it over here, okay? After that, what it is written, that we have to convert it to uppercase and lowercase, right? So that also I will take up here and I will put it over here. And what it is written, if we are not providing any case, that means then the string will remain unchanged, right? So this also line we will take up and we will put it over here. So this also let us come here and just put it over here. So these are the four important lines which are important in this particular question. Okay. Now here already the function name is given, that is a repeat string. So we will be using this particular function name as well. Okay. Now let's go to the line number 4, that it is written what? Repeat a given string n times, right? So what we will be using here? So in JavaScript, we have a repeat method. What do we have? We have a repeat method. Okay. So using this repeat method, we are going to do this. So how we will use this repeat method? On our string, we will be using it. So str will be our string, I assume. Okay. So I'll write here what? Repeat. And in the parenthesis, we are going to provide how many times we want this string to be repeated. So I will come here and I will write suppose 3. So it will be repeated 3 times. Suppose we assume I am taking a string called as a hello. So this will be repeated how many times? 3 times. Okay. So this will be our final output. Okay. When we are repeating it. So if you pass 4, it will be repeated 4 times. So using this repeat method, we are going to solve this particular line, that repeat a given string n times. Okay. So this is what we have done. Now they are saying convert it to uppercase or lowercase, and they have said optionally. That means if the case type is provided, okay, so then only we have to convert it to uppercase and lowercase, right? So to convert it to uppercase and lowercase, what are the methods we have it? If we want to convert it to uppercase, what will be the method we will use? We will be using to uppercase method, right? So this is our method name, correct? And then if we want to convert it into a lowercase, what will be the method we will be using? To lowercase. But then if we are using this, it has to be what? It will be done with what? With a conditionally, right? Because it is mentioned that if no case is provided, then keep the string unchanged. That means we have to mention somewhere the case type, that it is uppercase or lowercase, right? And this is the last line. So that means here it will come into capital or it will come into smaller letters, right? That is what it is. Uppercase and lowercase, right? After that, what it is written here, if no case is provided, keep the string unchanged. So what we will do, if we are not mentioning, it will remain as it is. That is going to print 3 times the same hello, right? So this is what we are going to do it. Okay. So let us come here and understand this particular question, how we will do it in a function. Okay. So now what we will do here is we will write our function called as a repeat string. Okay. This is what we are going to do. So just let us come here and we will write it. Okay. Now we will just quickly invoke this. Okay. And in this, what we are going to pass, first of all, we are going to work with a string. So I will pass here the string. So suppose what will be the string? I will pass here hello, what I said. Okay. After that, I want to repeat, right? So that also I will provide it from here. So suppose I want to repeat it 3 times. That is what we have taken an example, right? So we will first complete this and then we will go for this one by one, okay? So we are going to work on all the cases, what it is there here, like line number 4, 5 and 6, all of them. But one by one, we will solve it, okay? Now this is what we have done it here, okay? And now we will pass one more parameter as well, because here they said case type, right? So the first case type, I am going to provide it as a uppercase, okay? So I will just write here what? Uppercase. This is what I am going to write it. So here what will I take here is what? First of all, I'll take here a string. I will pass here another parameter as an n. And the last parameter I am going to pass here as what? Case type, okay? That the case type is uppercase, lowercase, or if it is not provided. All the 3 cases we are going to do it, okay? So now first we will solve this particular line, okay? So we have here string, right? First of all, what we will do, we will just console this console.log str comma n comma what is the next thing, that is our case type, right? So that also will do it. So we'll come here and we will run our file, right? What is our file name today? 28, right? Because it is today's challenge is what? 28 day. So note 28 and I'll just hit enter. So I got this hello 3 and uppercase. So all this 3 we are getting it. So whatever we have passed as an argument, we are able to receive it over here, okay? So we are receiving inside here. Okay, now we are able to print this as well. Now we have to understand this, okay? Now what we will do here is we will take one variable, okay? What we will do, let repeated I will write here, okay? Let repeated is equal to what we will do. We will write here what? str is our string and we will use our repeat method itself. So I'll write here repeat and I will pass here n. Instead of 3, I will pass here what? N, okay? Now let us come here and let us run it one more time. And we have not consoled it, so we won't get any output. So let us come here and console it. So I'll console here as what? Repeated, okay? Now let us run one more time. Now you see I got hello, hello 3 times. This is what we did, right? So the first part we have done. What we have done, we have taken the string and we have repeated it n times, okay? And we see this, we have successfully got our line number 4 executed, right? Now what is the next thing? It is written uppercase or lowercase, right? Upper or lowercase, then how we will solve it? We will have to solve this conditionally, right? How conditionally? If we want to solve it, we will be using if and else statement, okay? So what we will write first, we will say that if our case type is present, because they have written a condition, right? If my case type is not present, then you give me what? You give me the string unchanged, right? So we will come here and first of all, we will write here what? If our case type is present, then you have to print what? I will just come here and write console.log and I will write here uppercase or lowercase. So this I will just take it and I will put it in the double quotes, okay? So it will get printed over here, okay? Whatever it is, if the case type is present, inside we are not going right now. And if it is not present, then you just print my repeated string, okay? So I will come here and what do I write? I will just console my repeated here, okay? Now we will come here and we will just comment this out, line number 15 and line number 17 also, okay? And we will clear the terminal as well, okay? Now we will come here and what we will do? We will write here no 28-day challenge question, right? And we see what? Uppercase, lowercase and lowercase. That means it is able to find out the case type. Means case type is present. What is the case type? That it is not able to find right now because we have not written the logic for that, right? We have just written the logic for if case type is present, right? This means what? Case type is present, then you have to execute it, okay? Case type is present, then you have to execute it. If it is not present, you print my normal string. Correct? That is what we have done. Now let us come here. Inside this also, we will have to come here and one more if else statement will come. Or we can say we can write here 2 if statements, okay? So what we will do, once we are done with this, again to handle this, we will write here 2 if statement. If it is uppercase, that time we want something to be printed. And then if it is lowercase, we want something to be printed, right? So that we will just write it here and then we will see what we have to print it. So what we have to do it, if it is uppercase and if it is lowercase, then we have to convert it into what? To uppercase. So everything will be in the capital letters right here. If it is uppercase, it will be in the two uppercase method we will use. And if it is in a lowercase, then we will use here what? Two lowercase method. So we will come here inside this, and what we will do? We will write here what? If. Okay. And if our case type, okay, if our case type is equal to what? Uppercase. Okay. This we are going to see. If it is a uppercase, then what we will do? We will take our string itself. That means with string, repeated string. Okay. That we want to convert it to a uppercase. So we'll come here and we will write here what? Repeated is equal to, then what we will write here? Repeated to uppercase. So now since we have just written the uppercase, it will only come here and give this. So let us once again, we will print here what? Repeated. Okay. So console.log, and we will write here repeated. So let us come here and one more time, let us test it in our, and we will just comment it right now. Okay. This part. So let us come here and rerun our file. So note 28-day challenge, and we got our capital letters, everything, right? So this is what we are able to get it. So if I am passing uppercase, that means it is getting correctly executed. What if I pass now lowercase? Already it is in a lowercase, but what if I pass a lowercase? Then we will come here and it will not be getting executed. Can you see? Nothing is getting executed. Why? Because it is not able to find a logic for a lowercase. It is saying that case type is present. Okay, that is why it is entering here. But it is not able to get for this particular lowercase. That is why it is not printing anything. So we will come here and we will write one more time what? If condition. And we will write here what? If our case type is equal to lowercase. Okay. Then what we will do? We will write here once again repeated is equal to repeated dot to lowercase. Okay, this is what we can do it. We'll come here and we will write it. And then what we will do? We will just console it one more time as our repeated itself. So let us come here and rerun it one more time. So I'll clear the terminal and we will run it. Now we get in a small letters. Already it was in a small letters. Still now let us come here and make this H capital. Okay, then we can see the transition. So now we'll come here and we'll run it like this. So it has completed. We have got it in what? In a small letters, we got it, right? So this is what it is. We could have done if else also, but I just wanted to show with a if condition, that is with a case type. Okay, that is what we have done it over here. So then we have successfully got this. Now let us test it with different cases. Okay, so we will come here and what we will do? We will write here repeated string, and I will write here now JavaScript. Okay, in small capital in between. Okay, so that we can understand the transition. Okay, and we will write here 4 times. And then we will write here what? In this, I will write here uppercase. So we have written uppercase and lowercase, correct? So now let us one more time run this particular file. So first time we are getting what? In a lowercase. Second time we are getting this in the uppercase because we are passing here as a uppercase the third argument, right? Now let us come here and we will write here repeated string. And in this, I will write here world. Okay. Like this, I will write it. Okay. Small letter. And let us make as O as capital, and we will come here and we will write 2 times. Okay, and we will not pass our case type. Let us see what do we get. Okay, so let us clear the terminal and we will run it one more time. So what do we get? First time we are getting in a lowercase because we have passed it. Second time we are getting in a uppercase because we have passed it here as a uppercase. And third time we are just getting what? As it is, because we have not passed any string type, correct? So that is what we are getting here, world and world. Okay, this is what we are able to get it. Okay, so now what we will do here is, now the next thing we will come here and we will invoke it one more time, and I will just write here what? Hello India. Okay, or I can just write here hello India. Let us write it like this, and we will come here and I will write it 2 times. Okay, and I will provide it in a uppercase or only, but it will be mix of it as. Okay, now let us come here and check what do we get for a hello India. If you see, we are not able to get it because we are passing the case, but we are not able to get it, right? But then what we will do it now to understand this, what we have done now, this is what is in a small letter and this is not in a small letters, right? We will convert this case type into a lowercase. Okay, and then we can solve our problem. So we will come here and this case type is there, right? We will write here what? Two lowercase, and then we will test it. Okay. So if this case type two lowercase, we are writing it, and let us put it inside a bracket also. We'll write it like this, is equal to uppercase, then you give me this. So let us just test it one more time. So I'll write here what? Node day 28 challenge. And if you see now we are getting hello India, hello India. That means this also we have successfully handled it. Okay. This also we have successfully handled it. So even if you're passing in some odd, capital, small, anything, it is going to understand it that it is an uppercase and it is going to give us, right? Here also we can come here and we will add up what? Here it will be again a lowercase itself, because everything we are passing here as a lowercase, right? So whatever we pass it, we will come here and we will make it in a lowercase. Okay. Now one more time we will come here and I will write here this repeated string, invoke it, and we will write here what? We can write here something called as a challenge. Okay. So let us write here challenge big, small, and we will pass here 5 times. And in the double quotes, let me pass lowercase as capital, sometimes small, something like this. Okay. But we have to make sure our spellings are correct, because it will convert it into a lowercase, but our spelling should be correct. So let us come here and clear the terminal and rerun this particular file. So day 28 it is, right? Now we got here challenge, challenge, challenge. How many times? 5 times in a lowercase, because even if I'm passing capital, small, it doesn't matter. It will automatically convert it into a lowercase, and then it is going to compare it. Even if you're putting bracket, it is fine. Even if you're not putting bracket, it is fine. So both the cases I have shown you properly. Okay. And we have checked it here with the different scenarios, right? So this is what we are going to get it. Okay. Now what we will do it, let us come here and we will just improvise this. Okay. So we'll come here and we will put here what? Comma, and we will write here what? Repeated string. Okay. We'll write here repeated string, and we'll put here in the bracket converted to uppercase, right? This is uppercase. So we'll write here converted to uppercase, and we will put here colon. Okay. Let us take the same thing and we will write here what? Again, we will come here and we will write here repeated string converted to lowercase, right? So this is what we are going to do. And here as well, we will come here and we will write, this is no change, right? So we will come here and we will write here what? We'll take here and we'll write repeated string with no case we can write. So because here we are not converting, so we can write no conversion, or we will just write here with no case. That is what we will provide it over here. So we just come here and we will just once again rerun it. We'll clear the terminal and we will rerun it. Now if you see, I'll just increase the terminal size. We can see here what we are getting. Repeated string converted to lowercase, converted to uppercase, here with no case. As it is, we are getting word, right? After that, converted to uppercase, converted to lowercase. So we are able to get this in the terminal as well, right? Fine. So what it is written here, we have to write a function with a name repeat string, right? That is what we have done here. And then we have to repeat the given string n time, right? After that, we have to convert it into uppercase or lowercase conditionally. And if no case will be provided, we will have to keep our string unchanged, right? So that is what we have to do. For repeating a string, what we have used, we have to use our repeat method, correct? So str.repeat, and we have to pass in the parenthesis how many times we want to repeat that particular string. 3, 4, 5, whatever, okay? After that, what we have done, we have to convert it into a uppercase and lowercase, that also conditionally and optionally, correct? So then we have done here what? 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase methods we are going to use. Now, since it was conditionally, we have used here what? If else condition, okay? And after that, what we said, after it was encountering that there is a case type, then we have to write a condition for if uppercase and for lowercase, right? So that is what we have done it here. So we'll come down to the function now, what we have written. We have created a function with a repeat string where we are passing str, n, and a case type. What is this 3? Str is our string, n is the number of times we want the repetition, and case type is uppercase, lowercase, or no case, right? If we are not going to pass it, we will not provide it, okay? That is what we have seen in the examples as well, right? what we have done, we have created a variable called as a repeated, and we have stored the repetition of our string inside it, right? We are passing this n because this n is holding how many times we want to run, right? And then what we have done, we have written here case type. That means if case type is present, then only you enter inside this. Otherwise, you just come here and print my else block, right? So now what we have come here, we have written here if statement that if it is uppercase, give me this particular conversion and then print it over here. Now, if it is lowercase, complete this conversion and print this particular line, right? Now, one more thing we did in this, what we managed to check that as well. If I am passing capital small, I will convert it into a lowercase then and there itself, so that there will be no problems when it is trying to compare it, correct? If we have to do the comparison, there will be no issues, right? So we have converted our case type to a lowercase, and then we are comparing it as a uppercase here as well. We have converted into a lowercase, and then we are doing the comparison, because whenever we are comparing what we have written it in a small letters, right? That is why we are converting into a lowercase. After that, as I said, we have completed the conversion into the case type, and then we are just printing it over here. And here, if we see the same thing for a lowercase also, we are doing the conversion and we are printing it here. Now, this else block is what? This else block is for this if and else statement. If case type is present, you go inside and execute the thing. If it is not present, then it will come here and it will print our console.log that only the repeated string without a case type, right? Now, to check this out, we have done here so many invocations, right? First time we passed it with a lowercase. Second time we passed it with the uppercase. Third time we have didn't passed our case type, right? We have just passed our string and our n number of times, how many times the repetition we want, right? After that, we have passed it the uppercase and the lowercase, but in a capital and a mix of letters, right? Capital, small, correct? In line number 38 and 39, what we have done, we have passed the case type with a mix of capital and a small letters, right? So it is uppercase and lowercase. We can see clearly L is capital, C is capital, here ER is capital. So it is a mix of capital and a small letters, right? And then the other thing remains the same, that we have passed the string and the n, that is number of times we want the repetition. And when we invoked it, I'll just clear the terminal and we can just see this one more time, that we are getting here the repeated string. First time it has converted to just a lowercase, then a uppercase. Third time there is no case. This is one where we are not passing anything. So it has successfully handled that as well. After that, what we have done, we have here a repeated string where we passed a capital and a small letter mix, right? After that, what we have done here also to a lowercase, we did the same thing, but we were able to execute it. Why? Because we converted our case type to a lowercase, correct? That is why the comparison happened properly. Okay. That's all for the today's challenge, guys. I hope this challenge was useful. This was a great way to dive deeper into our string methods and make our functions more dynamic and reusable. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned on every day of this 100 days of coding journey. So keep practicing, keep growing, and I will see you in tomorrow's challenge. Thank you, everyone, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.